guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Love It or List It, the series on my channel where I renovate all of the default EA homes into something a little bit nicer. And also in this series, I use limited packs. So in today's episode, I'm only going to be using base game plus Realm of Magic. So as you guys can see, we are in Glimmerbrook again to finish renovating this entire world because as you guys know, the world here, the houses weren't so great. So right now I'm actually in my save file where I've not renovated but built brand new homes. So if you're interested in seeing how any of these beautiful homes right here were built, go check out my Realm of Magic playlist. So I'll have that linked down below. But today's episode is a very, very exciting one because it's actually going to be a Love It or List It episode where I renovate a community lot. So I have never renovated a community lot or even built a community lot in my entire life, I think. So this is going to be a big change for me, a big challenge for me, but I'm very excited. So if you guys haven't already guessed, the lot we are going to be renovating in Glimmerbrook is this one right here, and it is called Elixirs and Brews, and it is a bar. So yeah, that's the lot we are going to be tackling today, and you guys get to let me know down below at the end of this video whether or not we should love or list this bar. Should we scrap it and redo it, or love it and keep it and put it in your game? So first and foremost, I do want to just comment on the lighting right now. I'm so sorry, the lighting doesn't look as good as usual. It is quite dark outside, and for some reason I can't get my ring light to work, which is really, really unfortunate, so I do apologize. So I am just using a lamp right here, so it is a little bit spooky and weird on my face, but I promise I will make sure the lighting is back up to par for my next video. So thank you so much for bearing with me this episode, but without further ado, let's check out this bar and see what we have to work with. Okay, so here we are. Here is Elixirs and Brews. So it is just a plain old little brown wood looking bar, kind of like your typical bar cabin in the woods type of thing. I mean, the outside structure, to be honest you guys, isn't that bad, and the landscaping isn't that bad either. I mean, it's substantial, it's cute. I like the little deck here. The roof has a little bit of curve to it to make it look a little bit more witchy. The color scheme is pretty neutral, pretty cabin in the woods, like I said, but overall a decent shell to work with. And the thing is, this is a renovation and I don't want to make the outside or the exterior look too different. I'm not going to bulldoze the lot and build a brand new bar. I do want to kind of work with what I have. So imagine this is a realistic renovation. You wouldn't change the roofing necessarily and bulldoze the roofing because you wouldn't have the funds to do so. Also to note, since this is a community lot renovation, there isn't going to be a budget because you don't have a budget for community lots, if you know what I mean. So that's the first episode of Love It or List It where we aren't going to be budget constrained, but I do want to keep it semi-realistic. So if someone bought this bar and wanted to renovate it, they probably wouldn't do that many structural changes because it's probably just not feasible. So yeah, I do want to kind of maintain the shape of the home a little bit, or not the home, the bar a little bit. So yeah, I feel like it's a pretty good foundation to work with, and I'm excited to make it look a little bit more magical, I guess. The window placement really isn't that bad. It's not the worst thing in the world. I do notice that this roof swatch is different than that roof swatch. So that's a little bit of a design flaw, I guess. But let's look onto the inside. Okay, so here's the inside, just a plain neutral colored bar, I guess. Long bar here, kind of orange bar stools. That's kind of ugly. I don't like how this doesn't match, that doesn't match that. I feel like this is very industrial and then this is very formal, so that's a little bit off in my opinion. These back little things are kind of cool. I'd like to keep those. I like how there's a TV up there. I do want to add more TVs. I feel like bars really need to have a lot of TVs because people go there to gather for I don't know, watch sports and stuff. The table situation, there aren't that many tables to sit at. I feel like there needs to be a bit more seating. I do like how open it is though, because I feel like you don't want it to be too cramped. You want like space to walk around and dance and stuff. But I do think there should be a few more tables in my opinion. Quite cozy over here at the fireplace, and a little microphone so people can like do comedy or something like that. Over here is just like a plain sitting area. This right here is kind of giving me like library vibes, if you know what I mean. So that doesn't feel very like bar-like in my opinion. Who like sits at a bar in like chairs like this in the corner? That looks like a library or something. Not into that at all. I mean, maybe you guys have been to different bars than I have, but like I would never see like carpeting and chairs like that at a bar. That's just asking for a disaster. Also, this carpet would not be that clean. There'd be like beer all over that. So very unrealistic in my opinion. 2 little bathrooms right here. Pretty cute. I'll probably keep those there. Okay, I feel like I just talked really, really fast. But this bar is pretty simple. I do kind of like, I like where it's going. I just feel like it needs a little bit more. It needs just like a couple steps up, if you know what I mean. So a little bit more seating. I also just want to give the bar a little bit more identity. I feel like it's very like mismatched and like out of, you know, there isn't really a vibe going on. It's just very awkward. I feel like people who are awkward will come to this bar, and yeah, I want to make it like a fun, cozy, magical place. So yeah, I feel like that's all I really want to say. I feel like we should jump right into the renovation. Again, there's going to be no budget, so I'm going to have a ton of fun with it. But yeah, wish me luck, you guys. This is the first community lot I've ever done and the first bar I've ever renovated. So please be nice to me. If it doesn't turn out great, I will try and get better at it. But that's enough talking. Without further ado, let's jump right into the renovation. Okay, you guys, so this renovation was super fun for me to do, but also very like nerve-wracking because, like I said, I've never done a community lot before or a restaurant or a bar or anything like that. But it was also very fun because it was nice to kind of like put myself in another situation besides just like homes and families and living rooms and stuff. And I kind of want to try and make like more community lots and stuff because like I've been to like a lot of restaurants and a lot of bars in my day, and I feel like I could actually kind of like try and find inspiration from the places I've actually been to create some cool like restaurants and stuff in The Sims. So let me know if you guys are interested in any community lots, and if so, what kind. But yeah, because of that, this was also a little bit challenging because, you know, furnishing a community lot is nothing like furnishing a home. With a home, it's kind of like cookie cutter what you need. You need like a living room, a kitchen, a bathroom, a bedroom, you know, good open concept, or if you want to close off the walls and put hallways. I mean, it's kind of like, it's a little bit easier. It's more in my comfort zone, I guess. But bars and restaurants is just, it's completely different because the way that you would clutter up a home, you don't want to do that for a community lot, because in a community lot, it's like if you were to actually go to a real bar or restaurant or something, it's not going to have like a million shelves with picture frames and whatever. It's not going to be super cluttered with everyone's like homey junk. Like, you know, at home you have all this junk on the tables and the side tables and on the floor and whatever, but in a restaurant or something, things are a little bit more clean and simple and less cluttered looking. So you kind of have to like channel that when you're actually furnishing a bar like this, because you want to put a lot of stuff in it to make it like look cool, but you also don't want to make it look too cluttered, because that's not how it works in real life, at least not to the places I've been to. But yeah, because of that, it was a little bit more challenging. I didn't quite know when to stop furnishing and when to stop adding decorations. I wasn't sure if I was putting too much or too little. So you guys have to let me know down below how you guys think this one turned out. I know it's my first one, so if you guys don't like it, I totally understand. But I am quite happy with the results, and I am quite happy with how I kind of preserved the existing structure of the builds and kind of just like went off of it. So yeah, overall I'm pretty pleased. I think that there's not too much clutter in it too, so if you have a PC that isn't as like fast as like a gaming PC, your game won't like completely lag out because there's not like a million items on the slot. So even if there's like 20 Sims at this bar with your Sims, your computer won't like freeze. So that's always a plus too. I always never really think to like keep those players in mind sometimes because I have like a pretty good computer to run The Sims, but if you don't have one, sometimes these homes that have too much stuff on it can like really lag out your computer. So I feel like this one should be okay, but as you can see, I've changed the bar like kind of identity a little bit. It used to just be a casual like cabin-y bar in the woods, but I've made it into something a little bit more like enchanted feeling. I feel like that's kind of my view of the pack is to make this world kind of like magical. So I made like a castle, like a enchanted witch's cottage. And even with this bar, I wanted it to look magical because we got all these cool like magical windows, like stained glass windows. And I just wanted it to, I want like the whole world to reflect that. So yeah, that's why I kind of made it this mint green color. I feel like it looks quite magical. I know I've said magic a lot, sorry. I did use the new base game windows and a little bit of the Realm of Magic windows. And yeah, I did change the roofing to use that like little glass roof texture, which I think makes the build, you know, it goes with the build really well in my opinion. And right now I'm just like putting a ton of landscaping. I wanted it to look quite like overgrown and just look really lush. Because the lot or the home, not the home, the bar does take up like pretty much the entire lot. And in order to like give the outside a little bit more curb appeal, I wanted it to have that kind of like overgrown, super lush, like really nice look because it's not going to necessarily be as like clean and pristine as like a home because with a home you like tend to your own garden. It's like a private property, but with a bar, you know, maybe sometimes it can get a little bit overgrown, a little bit messy, and I feel like that's realistic. Also, it's like in the forest here, so I thought it went really well. But yeah, but pretty much I just added some more seating on the outside because it had this beautiful big patio and terrace on the front and the back. So I wanted to, you know, have some places for your Sims to sit so they can have just as much fun outside than inside because I don't know about you guys, but your girl loves patio season. One of my favorite things about summer is after work, going to a nice patio and enjoying a nice happy hour with all of my coworkers. So I don't know if you guys like that too, but I live for a good happy hour, not gonna lie. So I would really enjoy that patio out there if it were me in The Sims going to this bar. But here we are working on the inside now, and I kind of kept the layout pretty similar. I didn't really want to change it up too much. Like I could have completely changed the layout, like gutted the whole place and like redid everything. But because I didn't have like a budget, I did want to keep things like semi-realistic, I guess. I don't really know. But I just thought like if someone bought this bar and wanted to like renovate it into something, into their, you know, dream bar or something new, maybe it wouldn't be realistic to gut the whole thing. Maybe they had to keep, you know, the bathrooms where they were. They had to keep the bar where it was because of the like plumbing and stuff. So I kind of like kept everything in its like same general vicinity, and just like spruced it up with like different counters, different swatches and stuff like that. If there was an opportunity to use a new Realm of Magic item, such as, you know, the Realm of Magic bar, I tended to opt for that. Same with like the counters, the bar stools. I think before it was using base game items, but since, you know, we got those items with Realm of Magic, I figured what a great time to use them in the build. My dishwasher is done. I need to go turn that off. It's kind of a little bit more difficult. I know I already talked about this, but to like think of the layout of a commercial lot or a community lot, I guess. It's just like, it's not as intuitive as home building, and I also figured that keeping the layout kind of similar, this being my very first time making a restaurant or a bar, it would just be kind of an easier way for me to like transition into doing this type of build. So yeah, I hope that's okay with you guys, and I do hope that you guys enjoy how this build is going. And again, I do want to say this again. I know I already said it, but I'm sorry that the lighting isn't as great as usual. I don't know why my ring light didn't work. Like, just something, the universe did not want me to film this video today. But yeah, I hope it's not broken, because the reason why it's not working is when I turn it on, like the light doesn't come on, if that makes sense, which is kind of worrying because like, I don't know, it's plugged in and everything, but it's just not turning on. So maybe like I accidentally unplugged one of the other cords. I'm like not really sure. But also, now that it's winter, and it turned to winter so fast, you guys, like I know I said it in my last video, but it's like legit like fall, winter now. Like I'm ready to like bust out my parka and everything because it's like freezing, and it's also pouring rain. But yeah, so now that it's like getting dark so early, like I don't know, like if I'm gonna be able to do face cam. Like, do you guys still want me to do the face cam in all my videos even though it might be like a little bit dark, or would you rather I just do voiceovers? You guys need to let me know kind of what you prefer. I obviously like doing the face cam because I feel like it's a little bit more like personal and stuff like that. But if it gets too dark and stuff, let me know what you guys prefer. But here you can see I'm just kind of like figuring out the basic layout of the bar. Originally what I was trying to do is I was trying to, like with all my other Love It or List It renovations, I try to reuse the furniture as best as possible. So when I renovate like family homes and stuff, I have them repurpose the existing furniture because it's cheaper that way instead of like selling it and buying new furniture. But because like we established, this build has no budget because it's a community lot. I didn't really keep much of the furniture. I just kept the like style of furniture. So if there was a bar, I put a bar. If there's a fireplace, I kept the fireplace. So you guys know what I mean. But I put like a cool little like seating area by like a TV. You'll see that later. And kind of the vibe I was going for with like the couches and stuff is, at least in like my bar experiences, usually there's like a bar with like bar stools, and then there's like kind of like tables and stuff where you can just like sit and chat, and maybe there's like a server that comes to you. But then there's also like booths and stuff, and sometimes like private booths. So that's kind of what I was trying to do with like the couches and stuff. I wanted it to be kind of more like loungy, so maybe you're sitting at a booth or you have like a private table. But yeah, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to like reflect on like the type of bars I've been to and kind of what it's like. But I feel like the vibe of this one it's not like a club. It's definitely like a chill bar that you come for like a date or like with your friends or something, and you just like lounge and you watch sports, you watch TV. Maybe they have like a comedy night, maybe they have like a karaoke night, maybe they have like a trivia night. I don't know. I feel like this place would be pretty fun for like some young adults who are like discovering their, magic ability to come here after work or something and like chill. But you can see I did that kind of like sunken, it's not a sunken living room. I wanted to say sunken living room, but it's not. It's like a sunken lounge area. I just thought it added a cool little element to the build. I was feeling like it was a little bit flat looking because it was so spacious and kind of like big and vast and not empty, but like there's a lot of space in between everything. So I thought it would be good to add a little bit of separation by putting like a little sunken area there. And I just put like a massive television there too, because I feel like people would sit there together with their friends and like watch the game or something. I don't know. I was just kind of, while I was building this, I was kind of thinking like, what would I want if I were to come here? So that's why I had like the little details kind of like at the main bar area where you actually like order from the bar, like that white part. I didn't put stools there because I figured like, if I were to come here, I wouldn't want people like sitting at every single edge of the bar. I'd want like an open area where people can like walk up and order and not have like people sitting there, if you know what I mean. So I left that part open because I thought that's kind of realistic, because I feel like that's usually how it works at least at like the places I've been to, is like they'll have seating areas around the bar, but then they'll leave like a little section open so people can actually like walk up to the bartender, if you know what I mean. But maybe it's just me. I don't know. Tell me about your guys's, restaurant or bar experiences. Like, is this layout like kind of similar to what you guys have seen in real life? With all the speculation about university coming out, I was thinking it would be so much fun to like recreate some of the places from my university experience. So there were a couple of like university bars that we went to religiously in university. Like, I'm telling you, every single weekend we went to these places. And this wasn't even that long ago. I only graduated like 2 years ago, or like 1.5 years ago. But seriously, if university comes out, like, look forward to those videos and look forward to some like good stories, because I feel like it'd be so fun to recreate those places. I really, really do hope that the university speculation is true. In my opinion, there was never a doubt in my mind that we were ever getting university. I just felt like it was always coming. So I don't know why people were so surprised when university was coming. Like, it wasn't obvious. Like, I thought it was kind of obvious. Like, what else were we gonna get? Because university has been such like an anticipated pack for so long. So yeah, in my opinion, I wasn't that surprised, but I really hope that it is coming out, and I hope that they have like dorm rooms, like residence, like first year res. I really hope that that's a thing, because I feel like it would be like similar to like apartment living. And I love city living, apartment living. Of course, obviously I live in an apartment. But I just want all of the elements of my university experience, and I hope that they really include like everything to do with university, like the application process and like making sure you have good grades. So like if you as a teenager don't have good grades, like I hope that maybe you wouldn't be able to get into the program, your first choice program or something, however it works in The Sims. I really hope that they add like little details like that. But yeah, let me know if you guys are excited for university as well. And if you are, what kind of videos you want me to make about it. I mean, we don't even know if it's actually coming yet. It's all just speculation at this point, so maybe don't comment that in case I can't build it for you because we don't get the pack. But I'm really hoping that we do. Fingers crossed from me. But yeah, I'm kind of just like adding some lanterns, I guess, around this build, because I wanted it to like look good at nighttime, because I feel like most of the people would come to this bar at night, and I wanted it to be kind of like ambient lighting and kind of dark and stuff like that, which was really weird for me because I really love like lighting up my builds really nicely and having like it be lit everywhere around the house. But because it's a bar, it has to be a little bit like toned down lighting, because that's just how it is in real life, you guys. But I'm pretty sure the build is pretty much over. I hope that the screenshots are rolling, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed my first ever community lot renovation. But yeah, let me know what you think about it by commenting down below or using the poll option up here whether or not we should love or list this renovation. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up and leave a comment down below what you thought about it. And if this is our first time meeting, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to be friends or if you want to see more Sims 4 videos. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye everybody.